press start to begin.
The year is 1985. Arcades are continuing to grow, and the home console market seems to be good and dead. After the oversaturation of the market with competing consoles and poor quality games, the home console market crashed famously in 1983. And with the increasing availability of home computers, the idea of owning a machine just for games had been all but abandoned by consumers. Despite this, Nintendo chose to launch their brand new console, the NES. Its success was dependent on its ability to offer consumers something they could get nowhere else. If you told someone that Super Mario Bros. Was an important game, they would agree with you. But if you ask them why it was important, they might have trouble putting their finger on it. And that's because the game doesn't really do anything groundbreaking in terms of its design or mechanics. Donkey Kong was the first true platformer when it came out in 1981. The arcade game Joust featured weighted characters moving and jumping around platforms, and Miyamoto's own Excitebike featured larger, scrolling levels all before Super Mario Bros. Was released. What Super Mario did was take all these elements and combine them with more varied level design and an overall longer experience. But these design choices weren't made in a vacuum. They are the direct result of the philosophy that drove the designers while making the game. The arcades relied on players constantly putting in quarters to make their money, and so the games were designed to be short and hard and addicting. But with consoles, a game only needed to get one larger payment from the consumer. But the games released never reflected this. Instead, they would attempt to just replicate the experience arcade games offer, often poorly. With Super Mario Bros., we get an experience unlike anything that could be done in an arcade. Its design philosophy is best summed up by Miyamoto himself.
だから一旦自分で考えて自分がこうしようということを考えるようになるともうその人のものになるので、そうするともうそれを裏切るものとか期待するものをどんどん上から乗せていくということ。
It may seem simple now, but when it came out, Super Mario Bros. Offered players unprecedented levels of freedom in how they approached challenges. This put video games on an irreversible course that has led games to continue to push the envelope of what is believed to be possible. Game design would never be the same again. Super Mario Bros. Continues to be an inspiration to developers to this day. And while its design choices have a lot to teach, it's the lessons and philosophy that we often forget, and they can be the most important. And while it may satisfy an artist or developer to create a game, it belongs to the players once released. And creating that connection between a game and a player should be a core objective of creators in the field.